Absolutely. My name is David Fredericks. I'm the proud principal of Clovis High School, servicing our community here in Clovis with the best faculty that I could ever ask for. We have people that are absolutely dedicated to the success of students in our city. And that means that we are trying to be everything we can be to ensure that any kid that walks through our doors has an experience that is meaningful and makes the educational process and time that they spend with us relevant to their future. We have programs and pathways throughout the city, including ECHS that takes place at CCC. We have programs on our campus with our CTE programs. We have AP pathways for students to excel in. Really, through the course of this video, I'm very hopeful that you're able to see the heart behind every one of these programs. You're able to see how much thought and purpose goes into the planning to curate an experience for a high school student to come in, a Clovis community member to come into this school and to understand and to take advantage of all the opportunities that we have. We've designed purposely for the majority of our curriculum to be something that we can transition through laterally up to that sophomore year, that second semester, really starting that junior year. So they have 2 years to start exploring and understanding all of the options that they have before them, whether it's early college program that after that freshman year, or it's really starting to ramp up and identify like, hey, that high rigor in those AP courses, that's appealing to me. Or it's our CTE programs for kiddos that want to explore many of the opportunities that we have from health sciences, computer sciences, to construction, to welding, to business classes, and FCCLA and culinary arts. I mean, you name it, we have an option for a student to explore a career.
Early college program is another pathway that Clovis High School has that allows students to come out to the campus of Clovis Community College in order to attain their academic classes. Not only can they do that, but then they can also come back during their first and seventh periods here at the main campus for any kind of extracurricular activities they may have.
I still get to be part of the high school and I still get to do all the activities here, and the biggest thing is I like to do sports, and so I'm able to do that, but I'm also still able to go to the college and work on my degree, and I'm in the welding program, so I go to school at 7 and I get out at 12, and then I go to all my other classes, so my teachers are really good at like accommodating me and helping me out with everything.
I enjoyed how flexible it is. You get to choose your schedule, what classes you do.
The students that we have at Early College High School is a very diverse group. Okay? First of all, the main programs or the main goals that we have for Early College High School is going to be one, either get industry credentials that they need, or two, to be able to get an associate's degree.
I mean, we could finish college, like a 4-year college, it'd be 2 years for people that get an associate, depending on what you go for. It's completely free to us, so it's really beneficial because we don't have to pay for 2 years of college. So.
I think for me, at least, the program has made me feel a lot more responsible because I have to know when all my assignments are due. I have to know when I have to know the dates for everything. So I'm more prepared, and I have to make sure to hold myself accountable in order to get my assignments done.
To me, I think the main thing that an AP student needs to have is a good work ethic. We can build skills within the class.
I think just the AP pathway is just a great way for students to challenge themselves, really see what they can do academically, and really explore new things in the classroom through discussions, through written assignments, through critical thinking skills, all those things.
We get to do a lot of things like that where they're actually gathering the data themselves and then working with it. So how does statistics really work, and how does it get put out into the world? How is it used in advertising? I feel like it helps them become just better consumers of information and products, and they understand better where that information is coming from.
Having the opportunity to get that Calc 1 credit accomplished in high school is such an amazing opportunity for these kids.
I took all the AP sciences, and I've taken AB and BC currently, and I'd say all of them helped me in some sort of way. I mean, biology, that's kind of the foundation of medicine, chemistry, another, physics, although I didn't like it as much as I wanted to, it still helped, and I think it kind of gave me a glimpse of the work ethic that I'm going to have to go to anyway. The amount of course material, Classes I thought that would be easy, I'm actually kind of struggling in, but in the end it's working out because I'm actually retaining the material instead of learning it.
It is working in a quicker pace, so it sets you up for college. It sets you up to be able to take college classes at their pace, and the teachers are great on working with you and going at your own pace, but also making sure that you're good enough for college. It definitely teaches you more about time management and like balancing all your extracurriculars, your harder AP classes. It teaches you how to adapt to different teaching styles, because in AP classes, some teachers have different ways of letting you learn the material, so it lets you kind of adapt to how maybe college professors would teach that to you.
It's for everyone. It's not too hard. We both have hearts. We both were high schoolers at some point too. We know that it's not easy to juggle everything that you have to juggle, but it is so worth it to be in a room full of people who are really trying to better themselves. And I will tell you, an academic struggle is worth it.
It's great when it comes to patience, like transverse to the real world. You know how to build stuff. I didn't even know what a half an inch was before I came to the wood shop. Like it's great. Like I've learned so much stuff. You get to go hands-on.
I've learned a lot of new things in the construction shop, and it does help with patience. And I knew what a half an inch was, but it helps a lot. I really enjoyed it.
ProStart is a great opportunity for all kids, in my opinion. It teaches a bunch of life skills and cooking skills. Not all of it's just about in the kitchen. You also learn a bunch of outside skills like professionalism, time management, and just a bunch of other ones, plus all the stuff that comes in the kitchen, knife skills, all the cooking steps that you never thought you'd be able to do. And there is 2 different cooking classes in this.
Well, the whole program was created to basically help districts grow their own teachers. And of course, there's a teacher shortage all over the country, and we want to try to alleviate that some. And so the idea is to give young people an idea of what's behind the scenes in teaching.
So there was 2 reasons why I joined the group. I was thinking of being a teacher, and the other reason was just I wanted to be able to speak more. I used to be like way introverted, but her class helped me like make more connections, be able to talk to people, and I got to just see so many new faces.
Student council was fun. You meet great people. There's a lot of activities that you could be included on. People call us like clubs. They would like our help on stuff, volunteers, and so it allows you to just really connect with everyone. It helps a lot with making connections in and out of school, especially with more programs that can also help us with AP classes, and also programs that can help build student council to what it really is.
Computer science entails of like messing with the digital parts of like a app or like a website, and pretty much just implementing and adding stuff to like data or functions. So yeah, it's definitely a class worth taking if you're interested in doing anything with the digital world. One thing I personally enjoy is like the amount of creativity I can have in the class. Like I can design an app or make a mobile game.
Also lets you experience a lot of careers that are in the medical field, and it's a lot of hands-on, and you can see what it is and how it feels to do the stuff that you would do if you go into the medical field. Being a part of HOSA has really opened me up to all these different things you could do. I didn't know that there were so many different professions that you can go into, and I really enjoyed being able to see all the different ones and see people compete in them and be able to get like an idea of what all these different fields are, and maybe if what I want to do doesn't work out, then I know that there's other options.
The health science classes are an amazing opportunity for students who are interested in healthcare, whether that's somebody who is interested in, I think I like healthcare, but I don't really know what I want to do, or somebody who's still thinking, I don't know if this is right for me, but I want to try it out. kind of anywhere in that range. We offer introductory level things that they can just try it out, all the way through things where they can start earning certifications and college credits that can help them pursue their goals, whatever that level may be.
Like different fields in the medical profession, and being able to go and compete in events that are geared towards those professions has been able to really help me decide if that's something that I really do want to pursue.
I'd say in addition to that, not even if you're medically interested, even if you just want, like, are hesitant to join the club, I would say just do it. Regardless of whether topics you're interested in, I think the family that you get out of it is really beneficial. I mean, I'm still friends with some people I'm still in, and I think that's probably the best part about being in HOSA is the family and friends that you get to connect with.
FFA is a professional student organization. We go into leadership development events, we go into career development events, we have supervised agricultural experiences, which will be more of the show animal side of it. There's some crop production aspects. We strive to prepare all of these students for life outside of high school. I mean, all of our career development events are, yes, they're geared towards the agricultural industry, but they're also there to help explain to those kids how important agriculture is to our community as a whole. We try to make these students into leaders of tomorrow.
There's a lot of options. You can go into animal science, you can go into plant life, you can go into mechanics. You get to learn how to lay concrete, work with concrete too. It's basically a lot of like life skills that could help you out find a career in the future.
Without agriculture, we wouldn't have so many of the stuff we have today. And with FFA, if they would want to join FFA, I say do it. It's an amazing opportunity. It's just a big family. I say that by experience because this is my first year joining, and I really felt welcome.
I'm a city kid. I've grown up in cities my whole life, and then when I got here and I realized FFA is about agriculture, I was like, this is a whole new world to me. Like, I'm a military child, so military is my life. And then when I got to agriculture, I was like, this is what I could go into.
FCCLA stands for Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. We're a student-led career technical organization. We have the family as our main focus. Students can learn leadership skills through family consumer science principles. They get to have lots of experiences through traveling around, competing with their peers around the state and even eventually across the country if they do well enough. So it's just a great opportunity for students to learn those kinds, to gain skills and leadership.
I learned the basics on how to sew on a sewing machine, more steps to hand sewing on a button, because we always have like accidents popping off buttons, so now I know how to sew back a button. And then I also made a pillowcase, and shorts. Also in clothing 2 and clothing 3, I got to more like express my sense of fashion in a way. You get to choose what kind of style you want to create. So for example, I made this romper that I'm wearing right now.
So when you first start taking child development, in child development you start learning about like the fetal growth during the pregnancy, what the mom does during the pregnancy. You learn about the different defects a baby can be born with, and then you also get to experience taking home a baby and what it's like taking a baby overnight and experience being pregnant. And so different things like that.
It's something that you can pass on through all generations. I like working with the kids and letting them express themselves, figure out how to put fashion together, color coordinate, do all those kinds of things. And then we take everything we learn in our classes, whether it's in culinary, nutrition, child development, all that, and then we incorporate that into our competitions in FCCLA. So we literally will take everything that we learn and put it into our competitions. And then not only for our competition, but everyday life.
Well, so we learn Adobe Photoshop, we learn Adobe Illustrator, we learn Adobe InDesign. And all those are used in yearbook, newspaper. We make the newspaper in InDesign exclusively. We design pictures in Photoshop. The entire yearbook is Photoshop.
So the skills I've learned have actually got me a job here at the district, and I help make videos for the district to further educate everyone in what's going on and help students know what's going on. And just using Photoshop and design and everything, I've helped write scripts. I've done almost everything to help further me and help other people get educated in what's going on.
Any student who's interested in working on a computer, a lot of students are very computer savvy automatically, but they want to do more than just work on their phones or type a term paper. They want to design and make their pages pop. They also want to film. They see TikTok as an influence. Snapchat, Instagram, social media has been a great influence on our kids, and they want to make those things happen. They want to produce those things. They want to go further in the industry that's there for them.
In the Introduction to Business class, it covers a wide variety of business topics, from accounting to entrepreneurship, and gives you kind of a very large-scale level view of what is going on in the business world. From there, students transition to either one of two classes: accounting, which allows them to learn the ins and outs of the language of business, which is money. Their other option is taking an ownership/entrepreneurship class. The ownership/entrepreneurship class allows them to create a business plan from start to finish, so from the inception of the idea of a business to the Shark Tank pitch at the very end of the year. This will give the students a really real-world experience when it comes to developing a business plan. So for any student who's interested in becoming an entrepreneur, for students who have a skill set in a trade that they actually want to develop into a business where they're not only able to work within the business, but to actually be able to run the business as well. Other skills that they might learn, so for example in accounting, is how to balance a checkbook. Many people in this world struggle with their basic personal finances, and this really gives them a kind of overview as to what to expect, how to measure what assets you have in your bank account, what do you own that is worth something versus what do you owe to other people. So having those basics, confidence, and some kind of money skills will really get people very far in life.
Well, I teach Welding 1, Welding 2, and then the AWS Sense program, which was our dual credit program, partnered up with CCC. That's where kids can come in. Not only do they learn welding, but at the same time they're earning high school credit and college credit, and if they can get through that class successfully, they'll graduate high school with an entry-level welding certification, and they can go straight into the work field if they like.
Go in and I start welding. I get to do a lot of projects. I've learned a lot from the beginning of the year, and I've become a way better welder than I was when I first started. I've learned a lot of things like cutting, getting better at welding, different types of welding, little techniques to help me have a better weld, and different ways I can weld.
With our class, a lot of kids, they may not always perform best in a standard classroom, especially with areas like math, science, even a little bit of physics. We teach things like using a tape measure, which fractions are huge in. We use algebra figuring to figure angles and things like that. You go over those theories in a classroom and in a book. Not everybody can click with that, but when you put your hands on it, not only does it help you in the welding field, but it'll help you in your core classroom as well. It's just kind of a break from the everyday in and out of a regular classroom. You're developing a skill that's going to help you further on in life. So not only are you getting to show off what you do, but you never know when that right person may come along and say, I want you to come to work for me.
I got to do a couple projects, like our final project and stuff. I got to make a New Mexico symbol, and it turned out really good. And I did it at the beginning of the year. I couldn't even know how to use a torch. I think I can really express my creativity a lot more with art. It's something fun that I can do, and if I see something I want to make, I can just go out and make it. From learning how to weld, and there's a lot of more aspects to it because I still have to think about how I'm going to make it, but I can still just go out and do it.
My job here and my responsibility and dedication to the community and commitment to the community really is to ensure that students that come through these doors, that walk across that stage eventually, have experienced as many authentic, relevant things and relevant opportunities, and just to maximize their potential for their future impact on our community and our society. Walking the stage, that's a minimum. I want kids to find a meaningful purpose while they're here, and whether that's identifying what they don't want or they do want, that's all part of the journey.